A man might come back for one specific reason. For example, he may want to apologize for his part in a breakup. But other situations are more complicated. For example, he might want to be friends, but it's possible that he also misses the physical side of your relationship. Here are some of the most common reasons why men return after long periods of no communication. 1. He still has feelings for you. Research shows that it's not unusual for couples to get back together. For example, a 2017 study tracked 298 couples over an 8-month period. During that time, 32% broke up and then reconciled. Some of these couples reported that they had split up and reunited more than once since they first started dating. If a man comes back, he might be hoping to restart your relationship. 2. He feels lonely. If he doesn't have many friends and isn't close to his family, a man might come back to you simply because he's lonely and wants to talk or hang out with someone he knows. According to a survey conducted by mental health charity Mind, men are more likely than women to rely on a romantic partner for emotional support. If a man is single, feeling lonely, and needs someone to listen and empathize, he might try to get support from a kind, sympathetic ex. 3. He feels nostalgic. It's normal to feel nostalgic for past relationships. A song, a film, a food, or a scent can trigger fond memories of an ex. When a man comes back after a long period of silence, he might just be feeling nostalgic and wants to make contact for old times' sake. Some people tend to feel especially nostalgic around anniversaries or holidays. 4. He's afraid to be single. Some people are afraid to be single. They might worry that other people will judge them for being alone, or they may feel anxious at the thought of growing older alone. If a man is scared to be alone, he might decide that getting back together with you is a good idea, even if the relationship wasn't healthy. 5. He happens to be in your area. Your ex may get in touch if he happens to be nearby for a while, especially if he doesn't know many people in the local area. For example, he might reach out for some company when he's visiting relatives or friends for a few weeks or living in your town while he's working on a professional project. 6. His new relationship isn't working out. If your ex has started a new relationship since you broke up, he might try to get back together with you if things aren't going very well with his new partner. He may realize that he feels happier with you than he does with his new partner and start to wonder what it would be like to date you again. 7. He hasn't found anyone new to date. Your ex may have tried to meet new people but quickly discovered that dating isn't as fun as he hoped. Dating can be time-consuming, and it can be difficult to find a new, compatible girlfriend or boyfriend. After a while, he might realize that it was more enjoyable to spend time with you. 8. He was following a no-contact rule. There are lots of websites and books that recommend following a no-contact rule after a breakup. Some people decide that they will never get in touch with their ex again, but others aim for a shorter period, for example, 3 or 6 months, without contact. If your ex has chosen to go no contact with you for a specific amount of time, he might give himself permission to reach out when that period comes to an end. So although it might feel as though he's contacted you suddenly, for him, it makes sense to message or call you on a particular date. 9. He has more time and space for a relationship. Sometimes, a man might start a relationship even though he doesn't have enough time to be a good partner. For example, he may start dating someone while juggling work and a college course. If your relationship ended because your ex's circumstances meant he couldn't give you enough time or attention, he might want to get back together with you if his lifestyle has changed. 10. He's curious about what you've been doing. If you've made positive changes in your life since you last spoke to your ex, and he's heard that you've moved forwards in your life, he may feel curious about what you're doing. For example, if your mutual friends have told him that you've started a new career or seem happier than you have been in years, he might want to check in to learn more about your progress. If he's heard that you're in a new relationship, he might be curious to learn more about your new partner. 11. He wants a favor. Some men get back in contact because they need help of some kind. For example, he might need a place to stay for a few nights, he might need someone to help him move into a new apartment, or he might want to borrow money from you. 12. He just wants to hook up. Hooking up with an ex can be easier than finding a new sexual partner. If your ex is texting you late at night, or his messages have a flirty tone, he may just want to hook up. Before you sleep with an ex, think about how you might feel afterward. Many people think that having sex with an ex-partner can make it more difficult to move on from the relationship. On the other hand, research suggests that sleeping with an ex-partner doesn't always slow down breakup recovery. 13. He wants to keep you as a backburner. Psychologists have defined backburners as potential romantic and/or sexual partners who are kept simmering on a backburner, while one maintains a primary relationship or remains single. Two people who have been in a relationship together may still feel attracted to one another after a breakup, and ex-partners seem like a safe, familiar option. 14. He has changed and wants to be a better partner. A man might come back if he's been through a period of personal growth and thinks he's now in a position to be a better partner. For example, if he has been working on becoming a better listener or a more empathetic person, he might think that he can give you a more balanced, respectful relationship this time around. He may or may not be right, but remember that you don't have to get back together if you'd rather move on. 15. His family or friends told him to reach out. If you got on well with your ex's friends and relatives and they thought the two of you were a good match, they might encourage him to give your relationship another chance. Or if they think you were a positive influence on your ex, for example, if you encouraged him to give up bad habits, and want you around to keep him on track. 16. He feels guilty for hurting you. Sometimes, people get back in touch after a long time has passed because they want to apologize for things they said or did during a relationship. Asking for forgiveness can be a sign of personal growth. Depending on the situation, a sincere apology can be the first step towards friendship or even getting back together. However, it's up to you to decide whether to forgive someone who has hurt you. 17. He wants closure. If your relationship ended on a confusing or messy note, a man might get back in touch because he wants to talk about what happened so that he can get closure. For example, if one of you ended the relationship suddenly without much explanation, your ex may want to talk about how and why the relationship went wrong. 18. He has an anxious attachment style. Relationships can become an important part of our identity. After a breakup, it's common to feel as though your sense of self has changed. Many people feel that they don't quite know who they are when a relationship ends. Psychologists describe these feelings as identity confusion. Research suggests that a person's attachment style could determine how they cope with identity confusion. According to a 2020 study published in the Journal of Personal and Social Relationships, people with anxious attachment styles may try to make themselves feel better and more secure in their identities after a breakup by rekindling their former relationships. This research suggests that men with this attachment style might be more likely to get in touch with an ex. When they feel lost and uncertain about who they are after a breakup, the thought of getting back together with their ex might make them feel emotionally safer. 19. He wants an ego boost. If a man is struggling with low self-confidence, he might get in touch when he wants someone to help boost his self-esteem. For instance, if you used to give him lots of compliments, he might reach out to you when he's feeling down in the hope that you'll make him feel better. Alternatively, he might just want to know that someone finds him attractive. Even if he has no interest in dating you, he may get an ego boost from knowing that you'd be happy to see him again.